I'm Anil Kumar. Welcome to my series on exponential equations. In this video, we'll learn how do we find equation from the given graph. You can always learn from me by sending an email to the address given here. Also, check the latest videos on our website, Global Math Institute. In this video, we are going to discuss two examples. The graph are in front of you. We'll try to write equation of these graphs. As you can see, these are exponential functions. We need to find base of exponential functions also. Correct? And then transform equation. You can always take the general form which is given to you as y equals to a b to the power of x minus p plus q to get the equation. So now let's read the question. The question is, write an equation for the following exponential graph y equals to a b to the power of x minus p plus q. So that is what you have. Now in each graph we are given 3 points. But how many variables are there to be found? We need to find the value for a, b, p, and q. So we need to find four values, right? So to find four values, it is a good practice to first analyze the given information, especially two things, and that is check the horizontal asymptote, right? So this horizontal asymptote gives you the value of q. So q is equal to the value of horizontal asymptote. So even before starting, you could do this analysis. Now here, the horizontal asymptote in the first case is y equals to 0. And that gives you the value of q as equal to 0. And in this case, the horizontal asymptote is y equals to 10. And therefore, the value of q is 10. You get the idea. So this should be your first step. So in both the cases, you can find the value of q straight away. Now, once we know the value of q, we are left with three parameters, a, b, and c. You can find three parameters from three equations, right? So three conditions are given to you, a, b, and c, which can help you to find the value of the parameters a, b, and c. But still, our strategy will be to analyze and further converge to a simpler solution. So what is the strategy here? Strategy here is to look for the horizontal translation, right? As you notice here, if you compare with the basic points, right? A general function will be y equals to b to the power of x. Now for that particular function, we have three critical points. We could take a point as 0, 1, every exponential equation. A standard one, which is not transformed, will have y-intercept at 1. And then at 1, the value will be what? B to the power of 1 is b. And at 2, the point will be b squared. So these are the points which we are always looking for. Correct? Now these 3 points will give us three equations, and from these equations we can always find the parameters a, b, and p. However, let's look into the first situation. In the first situation, what do we notice? Well, the x values are same, 0, 1, and 2. So here we notice that there is no horizontal translation, and therefore we say p equals to 0. Correct? Since there is no horizontal translation, on the other hand, in this graph, we see that the points have been shifted. 8 units. Do you see that? So we have 8, 9, and 10. So that means there is a horizontal translation and the value of p should be equal to 8 since it has been shifted 8 units right. So that becomes a good starting point. So the first part of writing an equation is to look for what all you can get. You can also see here that the value of a is less than 0 since it has been reflected, right, on the y-axis. That will simplify and you can write a is less than 0. Now once you gather all this information, it becomes much simpler to provide the answer within no time. Now let us see how do we actually do it. I hope you got this strategy. You can now pause the video at this stage, answer the question and then look into my suggestions. Here is example 1. Again, the same graph with 3 given points. The point A is 0.48, B is 112, and C is 2.3. We need to find the equation of this exponential graph, which is decaying. So, decaying really means that the value of B is expected to be between 0 and 1, right? Because it is decaying. This is expected. Okay. And we know from here that the value of Q is equal to 0 and the value of P is also equal to 0 since the x values, there is no horizontal translation or a vertical translation. Do you see that? Since there is no horizontal or vertical translation. And therefore, I could write P and Q as 0. So this is the data given to you. In general, b to the power of x will have 0.01, 1b, and 2b squared, and a horizontal asymptote at y equals to 0. Now, if we consider our transform function, we are given the 3 points which are 0.48, 112, and 2.3. The horizontal asymptote is still y equals to 0. Now that gives you the value of q as 0. Since the value of x, the x coordinates are exactly same, 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 2. That clearly means that there is no horizontal translation and so p is 0. Once we write that, we can say that the equation should be of the form y equals to a b to the power of x. And now we can use any 2 points to find the value of a and b. Do you see how much we have simplified? From 4 parameters, we have come down to 2. And let's see, how do we find that? Well, clearly, now our equation has been changed to a b to the power of x, correct? So that becomes the equation now. With that, let's see, how do we solve it? So with ab to the power of x, the 3 points are 0.48, 112, and 2.3. Let us substitute the points one by one. So first, we're going to substitute 0.48. Substituting 0.48 in the equation y equals to a b to the power of x. X is 0, y is 48, right? X is 0, y is 48. Anything to the power of 0 is 1, right? So b to the power of 0 is equals to 1. And therefore, we get 48 equals to a. So we get the value of a, which is 48. Now, substituting a as 48, we can use the second point in this case, which is 112, and find the value of b. 1 is the x value, so we substituted there as an exponent. 12 is the y value. So 12 equals to a, b. b is clearly equals to 12 divided by a, and since a is 48, we get b as 1 over 4, and therefore the equation will be y equals to 48 times 1 over 4 to the power of x. You see how simple it is? That is how you should be doing it. Now let's see the next example. In the equation, we have already seen that the value of q should be equal to 10. Q is 10 since the horizontal asymptote is right there at 10. P is 8 since the points have moved 8 units to the right. Do you see that translation? So that is your horizontal translation, right? 8 units right. And this is your vertical translation, 10 units up. So these two gives you the value for P and Q. And therefore, we can now write our equation as y equals to a b to the power of x minus 8 plus 10. Now we can use any 2 points to find the value of a and b. Let's see how. So once again, we have now the equation which is ab to the power of x minus 8 plus 10. We're going to use the points 8 and 9 to find the value of a and b. 8 and 9 means x is 8, y is 9. Substituting y as 9 and x as 8, we get the equation 9 equals to ab to the power of 8 minus 8 plus 10. Now 8 minus 8 is 0, and therefore b to the power of 0 will be 1, and we get the term a here. So 9 is equal to a plus 10. Rearranging, we get a as 9 minus 10 or minus 1. As expected, the value of a was less than 1 since the graph has been reflected on the y-axis. Now, we'll use the other point, which is 9 and 8, to find the value of b. Substituting 9 for x and 8 for y, we get 8 equals to minus b to the power of 9 minus 8, which is 1, which is b itself. We get minus b plus 10. Rearranging, b gives you 10 minus 8, which is 2, and so we got the value of b as 2. So we now have the equation y equals to minus 2 to the power of x minus 8 plus 10. So that becomes our answer. See how simple it is. So therefore, it is important to first analyze. Once you analyze, solving for the 4 parameters becomes much simpler. Best part here is to look for translations. Once you understand these are the translations, then the stretches and compressions are easy to find, as we did in this video. I hope you understand this strategy. Feel free to write your comments, share your views, and if you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your time and all the best.